just think you can flap your yap. No cap, yo, we looking at the facts and stats. Second city gritty to across the map. Put your cleats on your feet while we run some laps. Buckle up your seat while we have some chats. Who the GOAT on the court, pictures and running backs. Plug in your jacks and you're whipping your phone. Shalom, let's get it on, just a set in the tone.
Welcome everyone to the Setting the Tone podcast. It's your man Tone right here. About to set off another episode of Setting the Tone, recap the Bears' victory over the LA Rams 24-18. Today I got with me my brother, J Mac. What's going on, bro? How you feeling after this win we just got yesterday?
I'm feeling pretty good. Especially for the dub. I can
Yes,
appreciate the
sir.
dub, but
I always
you know,
appreciate a victory. Yeah.
yeah.
We
Of
can
course,
run a
there's a lot of
victory
things that
lap
we
and
can
all
clean
that.
up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for sure. Ain't nothing perfect. It ain't gonna ever be perfect. You can always
Right,
clean something up. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So with that
I still
24-8, oh, go ahead.
no. I was just saying I still can appreciate the victory, even though it ain't what we really looking for. Or I mean, we're looking for the dubs, but you know, that's
We'll get into
that's
that what
how
you're
it.
looking for in a second. We're
Yeah,
gonna get into that.
right.
So with that 24-18 victory, the Bears moved to 2-2 for the season. I think we're right on schedule. Maybe a tick behind, but I think the offense is right on schedule. I felt like it will take about 4 to 5 weeks before we start seeing, them mesh together and start playing as a unit. So much individual talent, but we're playing together, so that's all good. The Bears got off to another slow start as they have every game. You know, first quarter, no points again. Um, they had like one first down on the first drive, and then it was a three and out. You know, um,
Mm-hmm.
the Rams came out the first quarter, four first downs. Bears didn't give up any touchdowns with the defense, but they kept giving up first downs, and
Right.
the defense looked a little suspect to the run and to the pass, really. Um, Kyron Williams was eating us up the first half. Um, Matthew Stafford was finding his receivers without his two stars out there. He was still finding his guys, getting first downs. But the defense didn't give up any touchdowns in that first half, so that's all a good thing. Hey, I want to ask you, what were some of the keys to victory in your eyes? What were like the most important things that we did to get that W?
Um, the most important thing I think we did was we stayed running the ball.
Okay.
We took advantage of running up the middle. Uh, we held them defensively when our backs was against the wall. I feel
Hmm.
like they had a few trips down in the red zone, but they only came away with field goals.
Yeah, I think one touchdown the
So
whole game, right? For them.
right.
Yeah.
As far as I mean, that was the key to the game just itself, just running the ball, stay consistent with running the ball, even though I mean the passing game wasn't there. So you gotta lean on what you think would, help benefit the team, and that was running the ball, and that was up the
Hey, I
middle
want
with
you to
DeAndre Swift,
I want you to touch
which
on that. What do you mean the passing game wasn't there? Touch on that a little bit more in detail.
it's not in sync yet. He's not in sync with the receivers. He's overshooting some receiver. He's overthrowing some on some routes. He's just not there. They're not in sync, and that's
Agreed.
that's the passing game. I mean, it's either somebody running one route and he's throwing another one, or they're just not on the same page.
Yeah, I
And that
saw
just,
I saw a little bit of that too, man.
it takes
You know.
time. So
Yeah,
it
it
takes
takes
time.
time. They're gonna get there. They're gonna get there. Good quarterback, good receivers. They'll get it together. We did have a balanced attack. Bears had 23 passing attempts and 28 carries. So that's a balanced attack for our young quarterback. He didn't have to
Yeah.
throw the ball 60 times or 50 some times, whatever he did last week, and still came out with the win. And when he threw the ball, he was efficient. He had a couple overthrows, but he was efficient. 17 of 23 for 157 yards, one touchdown.
Right.
Also, I felt like DeAndre. Wait, let me back up. Let me back up a second. I felt like it was a team win. We won the game on offense, defense, and special teams.
Yeah.
As you alluded to
Yeah.
earlier, they got into the red zone several times, but we weren't yielding touchdowns. Only one for the game. So that's perfect.
Right. Right.
Tory Taylor was kicking deep. He was flipping the field.
Yes.
He was giving our defense a chance. You know what I mean? He was the 12th man on defense basically. So that was a
Right. I
special
mean,
teams thing. Go ahead.
no, I was just going to say that draft status actually paid dividends this game, and
Hmm.
you actually see why they drafted him at number 4. At first couple of games, you was kind of suspect about it, but now you can actually see, I mean, the advantages that we could have with him punting the ball and pinning them inside the 20, even inside the
Several
10.
times. Yeah.
Right. So that was
I
good. That
yeah,
was a good takeaway from it.
yeah.
That was
I
a
thought
good
so.
positive from it. Yeah.
I thought so. And then the offense, like you said earlier, we ran the ball. DeAndre Swift showed his worth. He ran the ball hard. Early in the game, he was suspect. He wasn't hitting the
Yeah.
hole
Right.
fast at
Right.
all. And
Right.
then something happened in the second, third quarter. He started hitting the hole quick and going for it. But early in the
Yeah.
game, yeah, he was a little suspect. He was hesitating, dancing back there. And I'm like, just go ahead and hit the hole. And I thought
Right.
they had a go ahead.
No, no, no. Go ahead.
I thought they had a perfect game plan with him as the lead back and Roshan Johnson as the power back, short yardage back. Kind of left Khalil Herbert out the mix, but it
Yeah.
worked. It worked. And
Right.
I don't even think we need three backs, a three back committee, just a 1-2 back, and then a reserve in case somebody, needs a blow, a rest or something. But that was a perfect blend. I got to give Shane Waldron his props. He used the correct personnel for the plays that he ran. He didn't have Swift out there for short yardage. He didn't have Roshan out there and pass, trying to receive or whatever. But he did actually. But the point is, he used the right players for the right play calling, and that's a growth from him learning his players, his team. So I got to give him props for that. How you feel
I
about that?
just I just think when you're doing it like that, I mean, you're pretty much telegraphing what type of plays you're gonna run.
Yeah,
So
but at
that's
the
to
same
me,
time,
that's the only issue I have with it. You telegraphing, what the type of plays you're gonna run. Um,
yeah, we just don't have that all-purpose back. We don't have that back that's going to play that can be effective short yardage and three every down. So
yeah, I don't
if
know.
we had the all-purpose back, it'd be different. Yeah, I can see that, but we don't have that, so we have to play to our strengths. Use our personnel correctly, which I thought
Yeah,
he did this game. He used it
right.
correctly,
Finally, right.
and
Exactly. He finally
the other
did it.
team still got to stop it. They got to still stop Roshan if he only needs 1 yard, and they still got to stop Swift once he break through the line. So, but I get what you're
True.
saying. It definitely tips your hand to the other team. They know what you're
Yeah.
probably gonna do.
I don't know. for some reason, I came away from this game just, I don't know. It's just, I have nothing to say, nothing good, nothing really bad. It's
What?
just, it's like
You know what?
bland. You know what I'm saying?
This
I
is
mean, that's
shocking, bro. This is shocking. I felt you would have nothing good to say because that's just the take you always have.
right.
But
But
nothing bad to say.
I
You
mean,
messing with me. You
it's
messing with me.
nah. I mean, because it wasn't really bad. We got the dub, so to me, that's what's important. But at the same time, I mean, it was just, did we? I mean, did we really have to get rid of Justin for these type of games? The two games that we won has been just game managing from the quarterback
Hmm.
type games. I mean, do we really need? I mean, do we really need all
I mean, that's
the
a
high
great
dollar
question.
players on the outside just to play smash mouth football? Because that's all we're doing anyways.
Well, yes and no to that. From in my opinion, yes, we need to get rid of Justin to play this type of way because Justin turned the ball over a lot. We didn't turn the ball over yesterday, did we? I don't think so. No.
No, we didn't turn the ball over, but at the same time, Justin was growing. Those those um those turnovers were starting to come down toward the end, and even
Mhm.
now, while he's playing with Pittsburgh, those turnovers are down.
That's a
So
different team. They coaching him
right,
differently. We can't
right,
use
it's a
that as an
different
example.
it is a different team, but I'm just saying it's the style of football that
Mhm.
we're playing, anyways, because
No,
we're
I understand what you said as
I,
far as the style. We didn't have to move on from the quarterback to play this style. I agree 100%. But there's the subtle nuances, the details. Justin turned the ball over a lot more. And then we wouldn't have all of these shiny toys if we kept Justin because we would be trying to pay him. Be on a rookie
I mean,
contract.
yeah, but hell, these all these shiny toys that we got in these first few weeks, they're not being utilized correctly. I
Well, they're
mean,
starting to. We used DeAndre Swift correctly.
yeah, but
That's
we got, the way I look at it, all these shiny toys is meant for the passing game, and the passing game ain't working right now.
Swift had 7
So
receptions for 72 yards and 7 targets.
check downs.
It's a part of the passing game still, right? That's not part of the passing
Yeah,
game.
that's part of the passing game.
You
I'm
can't
just saying
you can't just go to your
those
first read every time. You got to have a reliable
right.
check
But
down, and he is
only
that
thing I'm
guy.
saying, only thing I'm saying is, which is true, but only thing I'm saying is most of those receptions are check downs. That means nothing is open downfield.
Okay,
But again, you got these shiny toys.
but he is a shiny toy.
Okay,
Who
for
was
what? Check downs?
who were we going who what running back were we going to check down to if he wasn't if we would have kept the same running back or the same team we had last year with Justin? Who are we going to check down to from the running back crew?
Who we check down to? Isn't Roshan supposed to be like a pass catching back as
I
well?
ain't seen it. Have you seen it?
He's supposed to be.
I'm
Now,
talking about
if
what I
he is or
seen from
not,
last year. No,
right? I
I ain't
haven't
seen that.
seen it.
So Swift is that guy, that shiny toy we can check down to when there's nothing open downfield for Keenan Allen, Roma Dunze, DJ Moore. We got or Cole Komet. We got a running back that can catch out the backfield that we didn't really have that reliable last season. So that counts for something.
Yeah, it counts for something. I'm just saying you, we
I'm
got
I'm
all
I'm
these
pulling the
shiny toys.
negativity out of you. I can feel it in you, and I want you to talk about it.
At the same time, we I don't know. Again, I'm happy for the dub,
Yeah.
and but it's still a work in progress. Caleb still got to take his time, get caught up to game speed.
Game's still a little
And
bit fast for him. Yeah,
yeah.
you can
And
tell by those throws.
yeah, yeah. And just get this offense out of the quicksand. I
Yeah.
just think we again we live in a microwave world to where we expect instant gratification, and you know I like the wins, but I just
You want
feel
some
a
instant
sense of
gratification,
urgency.
don't you?
Right. I just want to see some instant urgency because I expect us to be a playoff team, and the way we're
And
going, that defense gonna get wore out real fast.
and the way I saw yesterday's game was a sense of urgency, not from necessarily
Yeah,
the players, but from the
and the
coaching
coaches.
staff.
Yeah, exactly.
They coached like, oh shit, we better get our shit together. That's
Right,
how I
right,
saw the
right,
coaching staff. And
right,
they need to carry that on week to week and stack these W's. But
right.
yeah,
But at the same
that
time, don't make dumb decisions. I mean, I feel like you coaching for you coaching for your life. You
yeah.
should be, especially after this 2-2 start, in which we should be. I really feel like we should be undefeated because we was in both those games.
We
We
were
was
in
in
both
both
those
those
games,
games.
but the Houston game was always a uphill struggle. So
Yeah,
I can't
it
count that
was.
as a, we should
It
have
was,
won that.
but we were still a play or two
Yeah.
from actually being in it and contending in that game. Only
I feel
thing
like
it took was some
we
execution.
could have been 3-1 right now for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah. But we're here
So
now with
right.
this LA game, so,
I mean,
and
I
LA.
just attributed this to the slow start during preseason.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
got to
We
get
touched
them
on how they not getting the reps and
right.
they
You
not
got to
getting the
get them
chemistry
in
together.
faster for the quicker starts because I mean, you can just literally see it as they don't look like they're ready. And to me, that starts in preseason.
Yeah, a lot of teams. I was touching on that on another podcast. A lot of teams using these first few weeks as their part of their extended preseason.
Right. And
Yeah.
sometimes you get behind the eight ball, and these teams that's actually ready, they like the Vikings, who very surprising to me, 4-0. You can't get too far behind, your division rivals.
Also
I mean,
facts.
yeah, that's just where I'm looking at it. So I'm looking at the
I
bigger
thought
picture.
I thought the Rams also had a nice mix of plays, run and pass, on the Bears, and they kept the Bears on their toes because Kyron Williams was running wild on them, and Matthew Stafford was getting the underneath stuff on them.
Yeah,
Jordan Whittington was hit catching everything. Seemed like.
yeah. I mean, to me, it's like we didn't be between the 20s. We didn't bend. We give up the field goals, but between the 20s, we're not bending. So, which is good. I kind of like that.
That's pretty much how our defense is designed, right? To bend, but don't break. Like they
Yeah,
can march down the field, but don't give up nothing in the red zone. Don't give up no touchdowns. That's how our defense is designed. I think we could blitz a little more as far as the defense goes. Put a little more pressure on these quarterbacks, especially a guy that's like Matthew Stafford can pick you apart. Matthew Stafford is great in late game situations,
yeah,
and to our credit, late in the game, Jaquan Brisker came through for us, so he actually should have had
yeah.
two interceptions, but he didn't establish his inbounds on one of those.
Right, right. Um, yeah. I was just gonna touch on something you said
Was that
because you spoke on our defense. We bend but don't break between the 20s. That's kind of like our offense as well. We get in between the 20s, we get all those yards, but get down to the red zone and don't score. Oh shit. I'm sorry. I just gotta
nah?
find some humor in this shit.
It's all good.
But again, I'll take the W. I'll gladly take the W.
Now, one thing that hurts that just annoys me about the Bears are the penalties, penalties.
Yeah,
Oh my
too
God,
many.
they just get too many
Def-
penalties, man.
Definitely too many pre-snap penalties.
Pre-snap
I
penalties
mean,
is ridiculous.
yeah, too many false starts. I mean, Cole Kmet had 2 on one drive.
On one drive, yeah. I'm like, Cole, you ain't no rookie, man. What are you doing?
Nah. And then what as we talking about penalties, hell, 10 penalties for 84 yards?
Yeah.
He had two I think was it two pass interference, defensive pass interference.
Was it two of them?
It was, I know one for sure on Stevenson. Uh I I'm looking at my notes. I'm trying to think if it was two or not, if he had two. But yeah, entirely too many penalties in the game.
Yeah.
I think they need to clean that up quite a bit, especially the pre-snap penalties.
Yeah, they got
So
to clean that up. Especially,
who do that fall on? Do that fall on the quarterback getting the plays in, or with the cadence, or the players just being anxious to get the play started?
that's a great question. They were talking about that during the game. The guys that was calling the game, they was talking about that. Does that fall on the quarterback's cadence? I want to say yes and no because his cadence has to be consistent for them. And the
Right,
question is it consistent? Are they not paying attention? Are they? I don't know. It's a good question, but they got to work that out because one of these days, them penalties gonna kill a great drive. It's gonna kill a
yeah,
great drive, and we're gonna lose because of it.
right.
It's just stupid. It's really stupid penalties. Like these are penalties that can be avoided. These ain't you know things that's out of your control. You can control all of this.
I know one of the penalties on Cole Komet. I mean, it was like he came across the formation, and it's like he started to
Yeah,
take off. Maybe he came across too fast, and
yeah, exactly what happened.
started upfield too fast before
Yeah,
the ball was hiked. Or I mean, that's timing to me. That's a
that's on
lot of
him though,
timing.
right?
Yeah, yeah. Or maybe it could. It's probably just all of it. The way I look at him is timing because he came across the formation. I guess he figured by the time I get across, the ball should be hiked and he can take off. But he feel I don't know. The way I looked at it, when he came across, it was like he came across, he paused for a second before he got ready to take off. Like, okay, I'm coming across, ball should be hiked, go. And then, you know, Sheldon still had the
That
ball
sound
in
like
his
that
hand.
might be on the quarterback right there. I can see that being a
Yeah.
quarterback, not the timing just off on snapping the ball.
Yeah, but it's still happening too much though.
Yeah.
It's still happening too much.
10 penalties for 84 yards. That's damn near a touchdown right there.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's a drive.
That's a whole drive
Uh-huh. But I mean,
gone.
another thing I think we need to work on our third down conversions.
Yeah, yeah.
We are I don't know what to call it. I mean, because the Rams was a decent team to at least get that started, and
Facts,
start
true
working on
indeed.
your
A team that wasn't good against the run or the pass, really.
right.
And we didn't take advantage of it early in the game. Our third downs we were three and outs. We were
Yeah,
three for nine on third downs.
I don't think we converted a third down until I think the third quarter.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, so that's pathetic.
I mean, we really
That's
didn't
real
deserve to be
pathetic.
up 7-6 at halftime. To be honest with you, we didn't. Our
Right.
offense didn't play that well. Our defense was giving up, drives, no touchdowns, but drives. and our offense just played like crap the first half. Like we up 7-6 going into halftime. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, because at then the Rams gave up. There was a 19 for 35, for 50% on third down, giving up on third down conversions. And shit, we only converted 3 for 9.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there was your chance to start getting the ball rolling as far as,
I see you. You poking holes. You poking holes. You in the game plan. I see you got something to say. You talking about you ain't had nothing to say, good or bad. No, no. You finding your little holes to poke. I see you. I see what you doing here.
yeah, so I don't know. I guess it took for us to start talking about it in order for me to, come up with something.
It's
But
in
I
your
just
notes though. Come on now. Stop playing with
yeah,
me.
it's in my notes. It's in my notes. But it's just actually comparing them and seeing where we lacked at, where we was 3 for 9 in third down conversion, when again we need to be better. We need to control the ball a little bit more.
Right.
And that starts with third down conversions.
hmm I mean,
So
we definitely need to march downfield more early in the game, and we need third
yeah,
down conversions. Um, Time of possession was pretty much even. They had 31 minutes. We had 28, almost 29 minutes. So it didn't look too bad on paper, but when you're watching the game and you seeing that we just
they
three
just
and out,
right,
yeah,
and
it's just
it's like they constantly just got the ball and moving
yeah,
down the field, inching their way down the field, inching their way down the field. So yeah, that's that bend but don't break between the 20s.
yeah, facts.
I didn't
I
I didn't
also
um I didn't
also
like
like to
that. I
thank our
don't like
12th
that.
man. I like to thank our 12th
Okay.
man, the Chicago Wind, for blowing that
Okay.
field goal to the left.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you. That
That's a good
21
one. That
mile per
was a
hour
good one.
wind.
I was thinking you was talking about Tory for a second, but okay. That's a
No,
good
no,
one.
no.
But
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, he just talking about that. He fixed that on that last field goal
yeah,
when they got 13, because he kept it in, because it was what, a 52-yarder.
yeah, yeah.
So he had some leg on it. He had some leg on it to keep it between the goalposts. Can't be mad at that.
I got a question for you. Do you think Caleb Williams plays hero ball, or does he, even though it was a game managing total experience, I felt like some plays he was trying to be the hero. Do you think that too?
Um,
Just instead of like
I
getting rid of the ball, he trying to make something happen where he could have just got rid of the ball instead of taking sacks or stuff, just
yeah,
bad throws or whatever.
a couple of plays he did hold on to the ball a little bit too long, because
hmm
as he say, that's what they brought him in for, is to throw the
Okay,
ball.
okay. So he thinks that's
But
a talent of his.
yeah, but again, but that's something we always discuss. I mean, if you could just take off and just grab the yards, why not? Instead of just hanging around the pocket, dancing around the pocket, and you can either throw across field, you can throw a pick, or you know you can overthrow a receiver or whatever when you're trying to play hero ball. Why not
Yeah,
just take off, get the yards, get the first down, and you reset the markers and start over? I mean, I don't see what's wrong with that. Everybody have this big issue about, he looked to throw the ball when he scrambles. Shit, pick up them positive 10 yards, reset the markers, and go again. I
it's
mean,
one way of
that's just
protecting
the
his
way I
body
feel
by
about it.
not running the ball so much, I guess.
But hell, he loves to get down. He used that slip and slide real good.
Yeah, he do. He had
So
he had a nice run too.
right, exactly. So use that. So he got to get down, so he won't take no hits. So I mean, he not giving him. I mean, he's not presenting himself as a running back. You know, when he do scramble. So that's good. So when
Yeah,
he picked up enough yards or whatever, smart, get down. Because that's what happened on the play in which Tevin got hurt. You know, because
yeah.
it was a fake run to the right in which Tevin was pulling and um Caleb kept the ball and he picked up the first down and got down.
Tevin got
So
a
why
he have a rib injury.
yeah, it was a rib injury. You can hear that collision. That was yeah, them two
Hope he
big
ain't gonna
boys,
miss
they
it. I hope
collided.
he don't miss much time behind that. But
Yeah, I know it's a rib or whatever. But yeah, that you can hear that when I watched it, I watched that clip about 3 times. You could just hear him smack. That boy number 97, he's got to be pretty stout. But he didn't fall at all.
yeah.
Seven was the one that bent over in pain. But hope he gets back. Hope he gets back quickly.
On the defensive side of the ball, I thought it was Brisker, Montez Sweat pretty much controlled that game from their positions. Who do you feel also, if you feel anybody else were like the standouts on the defensive side of the ball?
Um, I think they were effective. Um, especially Tez with the pressures. I mean, but at the same time, at given at different times, you got pressures from damn it, what's his name? 52, Taylor.
Taylor,
We got
Darrell
yeah,
Taylor.
we got a few pressures from him. We got some pressures and a sack from Dexter.
Oh yeah,
So
Dexter had a good game too. Yes,
yeah,
he was
yeah,
he was getting back there. I like that.
right. And as you said, Brisker,
Yeah.
you know,
Now
with some
Brisker,
key plays.
yeah, I saw something where Brisker had where he had led the team in tackles with 12, 2 tackles for losses,
Yep.
a sack, and an interception, which
Hmm.
could have been 2. But from the safety position, leading the team in tackles and tackles for losses is impressive in my opinion.
Yeah, that to me that means he's playing more down in the box then
Yeah,
because
yeah,
we, stopping Williams was a problem for that front court.
it was. So they had to pull
It
him
was
up, bring him up to help.
yeah, because he was getting 4 to 5 yards a pop once he started getting hot in the second in that second half.
And we know Brisker like to hit hard. Actually, we
Yeah,
got a few DBs that like to hit hard. Brisker, Stevenson, and Gordon. They some hard hitters.
yeah. Briscoe likes to knock himself out the game. So
he hit a little too hard.
yeah, he likes to knock himself
He put
out the game.
himself in the night position.
Right. I'm glad he's working on that and not doing that no more. We need to keep
That
him
boy,
in the game for those hits.
right.
Yeah, but yeah, unfortunately,
That
like
boy think he an
yeah, he
outside
likes to knock
linebacker,
himself
don't he?
out. Yep. Yep. So I like that about him. I like that
I
about
love
him
it. I
because
love it.
that's a Bears tradition. Them safeties can hit.
Yeah,
And you just
yeah.
think
Goes
about
way
Doug
back.
Plank and yeah,
Mike
Doug
Brown.
Plank, Gary Vincent, Carrier, Mike Brown. Yeah,
Yeah,
even Carrier, even though he was tall and lanky, but he'll still hit you.
he's sticky
Yep,
for sure.
yep. So he fits the mold. He fits the mold.
Yeah, that boy Montez Sweat had a pretty good game as well.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Um, just real quick. Any update on that injury on Tevin?
I haven't seen any, but I haven't been looking either.
Okay. Okay. Oh
Yeah,
wow. Yeah, I haven't even had a chance to look at the stats. But I like what I'm seeing. Of course, Edwards is leading the team in tackles.
yeah. Again, yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, he had another. We I really like the fact that we getting quite a few TFLs,
That's beautiful.
and
We getting
yeah,
after it.
right. Unfortunately, I think that's attributed to all these everybody doing all these bubble screens and wide receiver screens and shit like that. You know,
You don't think that's a good play
everybody's
to run?
not all the time.
Not all the time.
No,
Yeah,
now
of course.
when you do it, especially as much as we do during the game, they're gonna be prepared for it. So no, I don't think it's a good idea to run it all the time. It you run it too much. So it's not a play where that you need to run 4 to 5 times a game. It's got to be like a surprise play because if you ain't gaining no yards off of it, why keep running it? I mean, because the way I look at it, you gain some big yards, and then you try it again, and then you use that play to set up another one.
Yeah.
It's just not nothing that you run to me 4 or 5 times in a game.
Which the Bears, I thought, on their side of the ball, they used the run game to set up the play action pretty well as far as that goes. We didn't, like I said, like you said, we didn't throw the ball a hell of a lot, but when we did, we were effective with it. And
Yeah,
I'm
we
looking at
were
Caleb's
effective.
pass chart, and he used both sides of the field. He wasn't like a Jaden Daniels who uses mostly the right side of the field to throw, make his pass. Caleb's using left and the right side, couple up the middle. It's kind of a balanced attack on the left and the right. I like that about him. You can keep the defense honest like that.
I mean, I don't have a problem with you mentioned Jaden Daniels. You know, I don't have a problem with how they doing him. At least having him read half the field because it's keeping shit simple for him.
Right.
At the same time, it's probably what you need to do for Caleb. I mean, just because he can chunk all this information and take in a world of information, that don't necessarily mean that you have to overload him or give it to him.
But
Just
he's
because he
shown that
can.
he can handle the information. He's shown that he can actually use the whole field. It'd be different if they gave him all the information and then he show us that, well, that's just too much. But he's spreading the ball across the field and he was very efficient doing it. So
I mean, right. I mean,
he's
but
gonna he's
again,
gonna
I don't.
improve on that. He's gonna improve on that every week, and then it's gonna come to a point where it's gonna be second nature. He's gonna be able to read the field, boom, 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 hit the guys he want to hit and when he need to hit, instead of having the training wheels on him. And then it's gonna take longer for him to actually read the field and hit those guys. It may not even happen this season if you keep the training wheels on. It may have to be another year. But I think this is just a accelerated process of getting him acclimated to the pro game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just my personal opinion is you putting too much on his plate too soon
But is it hurting
because
him? Is it hurting him? That's the problem. That's the
you're
question I
hurting. To
have to what
me,
you're
you
saying.
you could be because
But is it not could
I,
be? But
I look
is
at it.
it?
They coaching for their lives right now. So
Okay. Now,
yeah,
if you was a head
to me,
coach, if you was a head coach, would you be coaching to win? Would you be coaching, or would you be coaching scared?
you got a quarterback that you're trying to develop,
Okay.
and you got so many years of success, which actually translate to zero, 11 wins. So when everybody's calling for your head, you about to coach scared, and instead of developing your quarterback, you just trying to coach to win these games, which
So
is cool. Your quarterback is not being developed.
I have to disagree with that, man. Just because you're giving me a lot on my plate doesn't mean I'm not developing. I think that's helping me develop. I think if I'm capable of handling more information, that's going to accelerate my development instead of just giving me, you know, a small portion. That's slowing down my development if I'm capable of handling more. Now, if I'm not capable of handling more, then that's a perfect recipe. But if I can handle all the things you're throwing at me and I'm efficient with it, then why not do that? That's still a developmental plan. That's a plan of development. And maybe coaching scared, but the player that you're using can handle it. Yes, he managed the game yesterday. It was a game management type of style, but the way they used him was still accelerated more than say a Jaden Daniels. He's still using the whole field as a quarterback, which he's going to have to get to somewhere eventually in his career. And he's already being able to do that. So why not? Why not? It just doesn't make sense to hold me back if I can handle it. It's just don't baby me. Like Mercedes Lewis said, coach me hard. You know what I'm saying? When we come in here, we're grown men. You can coach us hard. You can tell us, what we need to do. That's all that matters, man. It's a professional team. It ain't college.
Nah, it's not college, but at the same time, I just feel like you just keep shit a little simple because he's a rookie. He's supposed to have this learning curve, this rookie learning curve. So why just add to it? Bring him. I mean, I just look at it. You're not coaching to develop. That's all. You're coaching
So
skills.
you don't think
I
I
mean,
don't even get that, bro? How is that not developing? It's just
I ain't.
everybody's
To
learning
me,
curve isn't the
it's.
same though. So you trying to
I
say
just think it's accelerated. You just trying to accelerate it too fast. That's all.
if he's
Just
handling it,
accelerate
it's
it too
still too
fast.
fast? If he can handle it, it's still too fast?
I think so. I really.
Everybody's learning
That's
curve
just
ain't
my
the same.
opinion.
Like whatever you whatever you learn, it may take longer for me to learn, and vice versa. Everybody's learning curve is different, and it seems like Caleb is on top of it. He's a sharp guy. He's figuring it out, and he's not out there looking like Anthony Richardson while he's trying to figure it out. He's looking like he's got this. I got this. He just got to slow down a tick for me. Other than that, I know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? That's all. It's got to slow down a tick for
Okay.
everybody just starting on this level.
Yeah, it does. It really does. It needs to slow down for everybody. But we'll see. We'll
Yeah.
see.
But
I just. I mean, I just think to get him into a groove, to get him comfortable when for the game plan, just slow it down a little bit. Just because he can handle it, slow it down during the game. Let him see a little bit at a time. I mean, if he can actually see everything that's out there, then he can relay that to the play caller, to the offensive coordinator. But I mean, just to get him into a little small rhythm, get him into a rhythm, cut off half the field for him, get him into a rhythm, get him with these throws. That way, get him playing, as they say, um, damn, get him playing within the offense. Let him play on time. Cut down the field a little bit so he don't have to worry about reading the whole field. Just cut it down. Yeah, we know you can handle it, but we finna simplify it just a little bit so you can get into a rhythm, and then we go from there. And I see once and you can tell when he's feeling it and getting into a rhythm because he's looking at the sideline like, come on, let's go. I'm ready to go now.
he likes to play sped up. Yeah.
Right. He likes it sped up. You can tell when he's getting into a rhythm. So let them get into that rhythm a little bit quicker. Shut the field down. Let them see half of it, and then and then open it up for them.
So this goes back to what you said earlier about our running backs, by putting Roshan in on certain plays and things like that. We're tipping our hand. If you run all of his plays to the right, that the defense is gonna see that coming. It's just tipping your hand. You gotta
No, not
expand.
no, not really. I'm not saying you just run everything to the right because this
Or to the
dude
left.
has arm. He has the arm talent to go both ways. So everything is just not gonna go to the right. You can. I mean, you can do some boots, naked boots, or whatever. You can still simplify shit for him, like the middle of the field. Just certain plays where okay, we gonna cut off the field to the right for you. The defense still got to stop it. We gonna insinuate. We gonna highlight the middle for you. Everything up the middle or everything to the left side. Everything. I mean, that's all I'm saying. Just on certain plays for certain plays, just to get them started. Once you get into a game rhythm, then you open up the playbook. That's all I'm saying. Just to get them started.
I get you. We like I said earlier, we had a pretty much balanced game plan with the run and the pass was almost equal. Our running backs, DeAndre Swift 38 snaps, Roshan Johnson 22 snaps, Thunder and Lightning. Do you see
I
this a
don't know.
recipe moving forward now that we figured out that these two guys work well for this system and Khalil Herbert is out the mix?
Man, I still like Herbert. I mean, you cannot just overlook his 5 point
Yeah,
over 5 yards per carry. You can't. You just can't overlook that with
I
this
agree.
same line.
That was one of the reasons why they were able to easily move on from David Montgomery. We was like, well, shit, you got Khalil Herbert. He's producing the same amount,
Yeah,
and he's on a rookie deal. So
yeah. I don't know. You just use that like that 3-headed monster like you used last season. Run it back by committee.
yeah, I don't think we need the three-headed monster though. I, I and I don't want to undervalue
Work
Khalil Herbert,
right. That's the way I look
but
at it.
that's a
Herbert
tight situation.
Herbert
Like
does have some value.
he has value, and
Yeah,
I think his value right now is if somebody's get injured or somebody needs rest. I think that's his value right now because DeAndre Swift is getting the paycheck. He's getting the money. Got to play.
yeah,
And
right.
then he just showed yesterday that he can run and catch on this through the scheme that they're running.
Yeah,
Rashawn
and
Johnson showed that he can do the short yardage stuff. Where does that leave Khalil? It leaves him sitting outside watching.
yeah. I still don't make you. I still don't think you make him inactive because if you make him inactive, well, that'll leave Bayless to an opening spot to get in the game.
Leave that fool inactive too. Better
Right.
call up
Yeah.
somebody
I
else
see.
from the
I see
practice
him. I
squad.
see him roaming the sideline. So yeah, he was inactive yesterday.
Yeah, leave that fool inactive. He don't need to
Yeah.
see no parts of the field.
Uh-uh. Yeah. Pose needs to just cut his ties with that one.
He holding on to that dude, man. I don't know what's up with that. He
Well,
can't
he
play.
he
Why
had
is he on the
he
team?
he has hopes for him. That's all. He has hopes. Ah, okay. Yeah, he has hopes. That's all.
All right, so let's let's talk about next week's matchup: Bears versus Panthers.
Okay.
If you don't mind,
Okay.
another home game.
Yeah.
Um,
It
we
won't
get
be.
to see our
It
old
won't.
friend Andy Dalton.
Uh-huh. It won't be so easy though.
Huh?
This game won't be so easy. It won't be no pushover.
1-3.
You want,
One Panthers. Why won't they be a
yeah,
pushover?
because they're to me they're professionals, as we all know. They get
Hmm.
paid to play the game as well. Even last year, for that Thursday night game, they came to play.
Yeah,
We only won what 16-9. So
it was an interesting game.
yeah. So with this play calling and the resurgence of the Panthers and how they've been playing since, unfortunately, the benching of Bryce Young, they've been rejuvenated, as you can see. So gotta be careful. This ain't no gimme. And from what I gather, I haven't updated this list yet. But as of last week, their pass defense was number 17,
Okay,
and the
they were number
defense as a
17
whole
before
was,
this before yesterday.
yeah, the run defense was 28. So it looks like if it holds true, I haven't again looked at the stats no last night or today. So once
Well,
I look at that, I want to see where they rank that now
they did give
because
up 232 passing yards to Joe Burrow yesterday and a touchdown, 2 touchdowns.
uh,
So they did get
uh,
that up. It was
but
a, it
yeah,
was a
they
good game, 34-24. So they not no slouches with Dalton in the lineup. Dalton
right. They not laying down.
25 of 40. He got to throw the ball 40 times though. That's just a recipe for disaster against the Bears secondary, in my opinion. If you got to throw the ball 40 times, we gonna
Yeah,
get
if
you.
we can get some
We gonna
pressure,
get you.
we can get some
He had
pressure
two
on
touchdowns and the INT against the Bengals. I
them.
could see I could
Yeah,
see less touchdowns and more INTs against the Bears.
yeah, I hope so because I mean for their offense, they got they. I mean, I like Chuba Hubbard because he's like one of those.
Yeah, he had
Um,
104 yards yesterday. That's pretty good.
yeah, and Miles Sanders, you got to watch out for him as well.
Yeah, he's kind of slick. He's
And
pretty fast. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, he's one of them slick running backs that'll eat your ass up if you don't watch it. So
facts.
I mean, I just don't think they're pushovers just because they're the Panthers.
Now, one thing I want the Bears to do, what they need to do, because they look suspect to the run the last couple weeks. They gotta sew that up against against the Panthers because Hubbard and Sanders gonna eat if they don't.
Yeah.
They gotta correct that. The run, they teams gashed us for big yards running the last couple weeks. Was it Jonathan Taylor on the
Mm-hmm.
on the Colts, and then yesterday they were getting some good yards in the first quarter, first half on the run.
Right.
So we gotta shore that up a little bit against them. If we could shore up the run against them, I'm not worried about Andy Dalton throwing the ball 40 times against us. I think that's a recipe for disaster, like I said earlier.
I mean,
Um,
it can be a recipe. It can be a recipe for a disaster if we can get pressure. If we can get
right.
pressure with that front four or even some blitzing, then yeah, I mean, it can also be a recipe against us because Dalton is a very experienced quarterback,
Hmm.
and yeah, I mean, he
So
knows
was
who to
Matthew
get the ball
Stafford.
to.
So was Matthew
Yeah,
Stafford, and he's very experienced in game-winning drives, and we shut that shit down. I don't,
right.
I don't believe Andy Dalton gonna do any better than Matthew Stafford. I really don't.
Well,
Um,
I really hope
they,
so. I really hope so. I mean, well, what did you think? How do you think we should attack on the offensive side of the ball? Because as far as like third down conversions, we have issues on third down conversions, and the Panthers as a third down team is a lot better than the Rams were.
yeah. So the Bears, to me, they try to throw all that underneath stuff and let the playmakers do they work on third down. I think we got to change it up a little bit on some of those
Hmm.
plays.
Yeah,
Try to
I
try to get
believe
some
so
big
as well.
chunks. Yeah,
Yeah, because you at least got to aim for the sticks.
Yeah,
I mean,
got to.
I understand if nothing at the sticks is open, then you check it down. So, maybe that player can, break loose. But you got to at least design something where at least somebody is at the sticks, you know, doing those third down
Yep.
periods.
Right. The,
Got to be
the the
better.
play calling has to be at least get to the yardsticks, the first down markers for the
Yeah.
first down. At least have a receiver or two. Yeah,
They
that's what I think. The play, how we should
they
play.
don't we don't we should be able to protect Caleb as of now. Well, as when I did this, they only had 5 sacks.
Okay.
They only had 9 QB hits and 10 TFLs. So we should. I'm hoping that we should be able to sustain some drives and convert on some third downs and actually get some drives going.
Okay. So
Um,
yesterday against the Bengals, they didn't get any sacks.
okay,
So that's a good. So they holding form to not really being a team that can pressure the quarterback that often. You
okay,
know,
but they
they had
also,
three tackles for loss. They had three tackles for loss.
which is not bad. I mean,
No.
you're gonna get some during the game, so that's what they average. What 3 TFLs per game? I think we
Okay.
average at least 5 to 7.
Okay.
Um,
So it's looking like our suspect offensive line may have a get a breather this week.
well, we should, and it should also give Waldron a chance to work some red zone magic because they was 8. Their defense gave up 8 for 9 in the red zone before yesterday. So we should be able to capitalize once we get in the red zone.
We didn't do too shabby
Really
in the
hope.
red zone yesterday, did we?
No, we actually didn't. We scored,
Yeah.
but you know we we still need to push the ball a little bit more, get downfield. But yeah, we did score when we got in the red zone.
Roshan, DJ,
Yeah,
both scored in the red zone.
right. So that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
All right. Anything else you want to add on to this episode, my brother?
Um, no, actually, it was. I'm just happy for the victory, and again, it just felt like it was it was just like bland. It was nothing really. It was just nothing really glamorous about it. It was good to see Swift to get started. Get the run game going, and the defense held up. We haven't given up 20 points in the last 8 games.
Yeah.
So
And the Bears aren't they 8-0 at home in the last 8 games? Or 7-0? Something like that.
um,
I saw a stat, something like that. Uh,
well, I know we won the last two, and yeah, it's either 6-0 or 7-0, one of them two.
yeah, I think it's 7-0 at home.
Yeah,
I
so
saw
that's good.
I saw a next gen stat on Caleb Williams and his passing. He completed every pass he threw under 15 air yards. He was 15 of 15 in the game. Just completed only 2 of 7 over 15 air yards. So
Yeah, that's
the
just
short
that's
game
just
is
timing.
working, but it's timing right.
Yeah, that's just timing and um again catching up with the speed of the game
That's
and
good
not
development too.
overshoot.
You
Yeah,
hear me? That's good
it's
development.
yeah.
I had to slide that in there.
He'll get there though. He'll get there. I mean, he's a work in progress. So
I hear a lot of
I'm
Bears
not finished.
fans. talking about he don't look like generational talent. Why was everybody saying he was generational talent? And I'm like, were the fans saying that, or was that the media saying that? I don't believe the fans were calling him generational talent. Most fans were like, "We'll see."
Right, because I was one of those people.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think
see
the
generational.
Bears fans are misremembering that it wasn't us this calling him generational talent. It was the media saying that,
Right.
so they
'Cause
could
I
lay
sure
off the
didn't. I
other
didn't.
Bears fans. Yeah,
And I'm gonna stand on it. I'm sorry. I'm glad he's our quarterback, but I don't see nothing generational. I mean, to me, he's a quarterback that can do multiple things.
and
And
I'm not
to
even
me,
gonna say he's a generational talent, but I'm not gonna say that he can't be because he
right,
has the tools and the mind to do so.
right.
And
He
it's
he
still
has
very
that
early in his
mindset.
career.
Right.
Still very early in his career. He 4 games into his NFL career.
Mm-hmm. It's too early to
It's
be. I mean,
people overreact
it's
in this
right.
world
It's
so
way too
much.
early to overreact. I mean, but at the same time, we overreact because what we expect, what we've heard, um, all the expectations that was placed on him, all the expectations that he placed on himself. So
Yeah, and that's fine.
when you
But do we have the coaching staff for him to be that talent as well? His talent, his talent is evident. What he can do on the field is evident. Now, do we have the coaching
that part is
staff around him?
very suspect. That part is
Yeah,
very suspect right now.
to take him to those new heights.
Yeah, that part is very suspect. Yeah, that's very suspect. But you know, it was something I wanted to touch on real quick before we get out of here.
Yes, sir.
Um, it was a comment that that Ryan Poles made. It was back when he drafted Caleb. He said, "You win." Caleb is one of those quarterbacks you win because of. And it took a moment for me to grasp what he was saying.
Hmm.
Uh, well, my interpretation is he's gonna try to win, even if be because of bad coaching, because we that's clearly evident that the coaching around him is horrible, and he's one of them players that he's one he gonna speak up because he want to win.
Yeah.
And to me, that was something that Justin lacked. He wanted to stay, you know, I guess within the good graces of the coaching staff, and not cause no ruckus or be a diva. And he wanted to when he said last year it was coaching in his ear too much,
Hmm.
but he walked it back.
Yeah, he did.
But
And I think
yeah, but
Caleb is
that's what
wired a
Caleb not.
different way. Caleb is
Right,
wired a different way because he's always been that way in his life, in his career, where he's
right,
the man and he puts those expectations on himself.
right.
And I
I
hope
mean,
hopefully the Bears don't coach that out of him.
right,
Let
right,
him
right.
be who he is, um, without question. Here's a couple nuggets before we leave. The Rams were 1-4 in the red zone. Hats off to the defense.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what did they get? Field goals out of that? We
Yep.
can live with that.
They only scored 1 touchdown.
Right. We can live with field goals. I don't mind that at all.
That Kyron Williams run at the end of the fourth quarter, that was it.
Yeah. That's again, I can live with that. I can live with giving up still less than 20
Right.
last 8 games.
Right.
So let's keep
Stingy
this defense
defense.
humming. Right. But
If we can keep teams under 20, we're gonna always be in the game.
yeah,
Might not win them all, but we're gonna always be in the game. It ain't gonna be a run away from us. You can't run away from us.
no. But at the same time, we need more ball control so the defense won't get so tired when they when they come off the field, and you
And
turn around giving it they offense the ball right back with these 3 and outs.
effective
So
running with the thunder and lightning of Swift and Johnson, Rojo, and
okay,
Caleb hitting those third down plays when he has to.
Right.
Like
Right.
we were saying, aim for the first down markers. Run
There
more
you go.
plays to that instead of all the
There you
underneath
go.
stuff and letting DJ try to create or something. Nah,
Right, because
aim
I'm
for the
getting sick
marker.
of those bubble screens and them receiver screens. On some plays, it look like them receivers, they don't feel like blocking for each other. They there to catch. They not. I mean, I understand it's football, it's part of the game, but them boys, they want to catch. They want to run out on routes,
Yeah, I guess
not
they got to
get
get
pulled
open
up.
too, right?
Yeah, and shit, it looked like even on them wide receiver screens and them bubble screens, they ain't too open.
No, but you're
Not
not gonna be too open on those. Those are the plays where your
you got to
talent
make
gonna have
somebody
to make
miss.
this. Your talent gonna have to make somebody miss.
Yeah, you got to make somebody miss.
Yeah,
And nah, I'm just tired of them right now.
you tired of them.
They
I hear
doing them
you.
too
I
much.
feel you too. I feel you,
Yeah,
100%.
they doing them too much. That's all. That's all.
All right, my brother. And with that being said, people, leave us a comment. Guys, have any questions about what we talked about in the podcast? Go ahead and comment that in the comment section. Leave us a like, subscribe, send a friend. We appreciate you checking us out. J Mac,
Yeah.
appreciate you coming through once again.
Thank you for having me, my brother.
Love
Thank you
talking
for
to
having
you.
me.
Bears
Yes,
talk.
sir.
This is just fun
Always,
for me.
always,
For sure.
always.
Until next time, bear down, everybody.